What's up, y'all? Y'all know who it is. Your boy JP the Install Guy here, hoping to make your install life a little bit easier. Today we got a 2011 Jeep Grand Cherokee, and I believe this install should go good for an 11 to a 13 if I'm not mistaken. And I'm here to show you how to take this radio out and install your own. If you're into this type of thing, please consider subscribing. This is what we do here: car audio tutorials, radio removals, Q&As, anything car audio install related. That's what this channel is about. And from time to time, I like to spread some of my car audio knowledge, so whether you're a beginner or advanced, this channel is for you. So first thing you want to do is you want to take this trim piece off. Now all of this is all one piece, so I kind of want to stick my hand up under here because I believe, yep, we're only held in by clips. Let's see if I can't do a little situation like that. No, let's see if I can't put that boy in there like that. Yep, got some more poppage. Yep. Let's come over here to the other side. Yep. All right. I just want to be careful. All right. Okay. Oh, get that boy up out of there. All right. So now we're only held down by two harnesses right here for the AC. Oh, well, I'll tell you what. Let's just take that one out. We're going to be good. All right, so now you got 4 7mm, one on each side. Take those out. All right, once we take those out, boom, we can take that out. Undo the antenna and the harnesses in the back. All right, so we've taken all that off. Here's the radio right here. Now, if you have a full-size double din, then you might have to take that bracket out right there. If you have one of the mechless units to where it's just a little shallow mount double din, then you might not need to mess with that. Depending on the type of double din you have, this might not actually be enough room. What we're probably going to do is try to cut just the smallest piece down at the bottom. I don't want this thing to actually fall out right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to make a cut right here. Just cut the little small trim all around the bottom, and I'm trying to do the same thing to the bottom side to make sure that that double din is gonna fit perfectly. All right, I don't know if you guys can see, but I literally just put the bottom edge off just so this thing still has something to sit on. Cut across the top, do the same thing. Now I'm doing this across the bottom. I was going to record it, but I do not want to mess this up trying to cut it with one hand, so I'm going to have to go ahead and skip this part. But you guys get the gist. You got to cut across the bottom. Alright guys, so there's actually not too much to this dash kit. It literally only comes with 2 trim pieces. We put 2 screws on the right of the radio, 2 screws on the left of the radio, and then everything will be flush, and that actually is it. So you don't have to put anything together, just screw those on. One thing that you do need to know is that that little notch right there, it needs to go to the bottom because it needs to go to these holes right here. Now, if this is your first time here, you're probably wondering, why didn't I actually go over the wiring part? Maybe that's the whole reason why you wanted to watch this video. Well, here at this channel, we mainly do radio removals and installs, and I want to make sure that I keep these videos short, sweet, straight to the point for everybody involved, so I actually don't go over the wiring anymore. But what I have done is I've made one video showing you how to wire up a CD player. I go over different, I go over each individual wire color. I let you know what they represent, where they go to, and all that type of stuff. And even though every car is different, as long as you have the factory wiring harness that goes towards your vehicle, then you should be able to know exactly how to wire up a radio, because the harness plugs into the factory stuff, and then the aftermarket wire colors are CEA compliant, which means they have to be the same in order for people to actually sell these. So when you come to the channel, for somebody who already knows how to wire up a CD player, you get what you want in taking the dash out. And for the people who don't know, you see how to take the dash out, and I have one secondary source for you guys. That card should be popping up in the corner, and that link should also be down there in the description. Now, one thing that I will say is that the harness that we're using right now is the PAC RP4CH11. That wire harness installs the exact same way as a non-data module wire harness. The only difference is that you have 3 navigation wires, one for reverse, parking brake, and for vehicle speed sense, in which usually I don't even hook up the vehicle speed sense. So 2 different wires that this actually gives you those outputs. But I also have a video showing you how to hook up a PAC module wire harness that I will link for you as well. Now, let's just say that you bought this car used, or this is your first time getting the car, and you find out that the wire harness is cut, or let's say you took the radio out and you accidentally cut the wire harness. I have some videos in my how-to playlist showing you how to wire up a radio hardwire with and without having a wire diagram. For the people who need those factory wire colors, I give that information to all of my Patreons. You guys go the extra mile and support me in the channel, so I make sure I go the extra mile supporting you by giving you all the behind the scenes footage, which is stuff that I do not show on YouTube, and give you those factory wiring colors with the resources that I have right now. I cover about 90 to 95% of vehicles out, so there's a very good chance that I may have the information for you, and that's the platform that I'm using to give all my one-on-one coaches and teachings. Because let's go ahead and get all this stuff cleaned up. I'm gonna finish zip tying all the rest of these wires so it don't look so messy, and we'll get this thing put back inside the dash so you see what it looks like when it's all said and done. All right, guys, you see this little notch right here? After I just put the dash kit on, or the dash bezel, I seen that it was flush at the top, but it was not flush at the bottom, and it seemed like it was a little kicked out. So I'm gonna end up cutting those 2 little notches. There's one on each side. I'm just gonna take my cutters and get in there and cut that off. Alright guys, so that's what it looks like when it's all said and done. Now, one thing I do want to let you guys know is that depending on the type of radio you got, you may have this little gap right here. Like, I can almost stick my finger in there. I think that's just the way that the dash kit is made, but I know some radios that have like the little lip at the bottom, they call the long nose radio, to where it has the buttons and lets it pokes out a little bit more so it looks more flush. So you guys might want to take that into consideration. But if you guys found any type of value in this video, please hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe, share, comment if you want to. Product links will be in the description, and that Patreon link for anybody who needs any help or wants to be a furthermore supporter will be in the description as well. If you don't want to be held down to anything too long term, there is that heart down at the bottom that says thanks. Not asking anybody to do anything that you don't want to do, but anything that you do is greatly appreciated. Till next time, this is your boy JP signing out, man. Y'all have a blessed day.